Well, the man on my left here is in the building. It is time to get serious. Welcome to Official Business, where we get clarity on calls that may have left us wondering what happened on the football field. We welcome in Vice President of Officiating for the Pac-12, David Coleman. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Greg. Good to be here.
Lot of interesting plays, to say the least, that we saw in this last week of action. We start with Cal, number 11, Texas. Big upset for the Bears, but a play that could have been disastrous. Vic Inweri gone for the touchdown, but he drops the football before the goal line. What happened here?
What happened here is that the ball comes out about the 1 yard line. The officials rule a touchdown. Okay, so that gives us a context of the play that we need to talk about a little bit. It's evident that the players have kind of given up. They kind of waddle into the end zone. A couple of the Texas players run right by the ball. A couple of Cal players go back to start to celebrate what they think is a touchdown. And then a third Texas player picks up the ball, gives it to a referee. But because the ball came out in the field of play, instant replay can look and see if, in fact, it was a touchdown, which it was not. And the team in last possession of the ball by NCAA rule will get it back in this situation, and it'll be on the 1 yard line, first and goal.
And a Texas player did pick up the ball, but was part of this ruling because there was no immediate response to it?
No immediate recovery of the ball. Yeah. They'd stopped playing. So in the judgment of the officials, which was correct, they went to replay to see what happened, and it turns out that it ends up on the 1 yard line.
And by the way, after this happened over the weekend, head coach for Cal, Sonny Dykes, he said to his players, "We have a new team rule. You score a touchdown, you hand that football to the officials,"
which is always what we recommend and like to see. So maybe that'll help us out with the Cal games.
Well, we've seen this before in Pac-12 play a couple of years ago between Utah and Oregon, and this wound up being disastrous for the Utes. This is Kalen Clay. Let go of the football before the goal line. Oregon would recover and take it the other way 99 yards.
That's correct. And the difference here is that the ruling on the field was the fumble. The official had his beanbag down, and he stands there to watch what's going on. The players kind of pick that up. The Oregon player picks it up and takes it the other way, like you said. The continuous action is what the officials are watching, and they want to make sure that they don't move too fast in these types of situations, and they want to make sure that in a situation where we have the ball obviously alive, that the players are given an opportunity to respond to that.
We've seen this happen now across football 3 times in the last 2 weeks, so hopefully coaches make it clear to their players and to take something off the plate of the officials as well.
That's right.
Which I'm sure you guys would love.
Yes.
Cal, there was more going on in this football game as well. Chad Hansen, junior wide receiver, made an incredible acrobatic catch. One of his 12 receptions, he had a career high 196 receiving yards as well. Take us through this play.
Great athletic catch. The problem is when he possesses the ball, he doesn't have control of it when he comes down. His 1 foot is down in bounds, but he does not have possession of the ball, and therefore, as he goes out of bounds, it's not a catch. We should have stopped this and looked at it in instant replay, and it would have been reversed to an incomplete pass.
Well, in the end, Cal, big upset, good for the conference. First week of the season, we're going to go to the Oregon State-Minnesota game. This is one of the new rules this year that involves a ball carrier who slides to give himself up. There are actually 3 Golden Gophers in this game who were disqualified for targeting, and this is one of them here on Daryl Garrettson.
Yes. This year, the sliding quarterback, the ball carrier who gives himself up for a slide, is a defenseless player as soon as he gives himself up. And what we have here is number 13 from Minnesota making forcible contact to the helmet with his helmet. That's targeting. Goes to instant replay, it's confirmed, and number 13 is disqualified for the remainder of the game and the first half of the next game. Also, that defenseless player, now including the sliding quarterback, is in addition to the category of people on the field who are defenseless. And when a player gives himself up for that slide, the ball is placed in play for the next snap where he is when he gives himself up for the slide. Those are two new things in the rule book this year that actually come out in this play.
Can it be a gray area, too, that officials have to decide when a defensive player starts to make that move and when the player slides?
Well, not really gray. We look at it in the context of sliding into second base in a baseball game. When you drop your hips and begin to put your feet out in front of you, that's the beginning of the slide.
Well, more with targeting in the Arizona State Northern Arizona game, and this was linebacker Marcus Ball. He would be disqualified for targeting here as well.
That's correct. And I wanted us to look at this play because this is crown of the helmet. This is a targeting foul that you don't see a lot, but by using the top of the helmet, the crown of the helmet, and driving it with force into the chest of the opponent, that is targeting.
And this rule instituted not only to protect the defenseless player, but is it also to protect the defender as well?
Especially in this situation where that could cause a serious neck injury or something like that by compressing the neck or making contact and injuring himself, delivering the blow.
Always enlightening. This has been another edition of Official Business. David Coleman, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.